Our top story here at 6:30, the man who was shot by police late Friday night has now died of his injuries. Thanks so much for joining us here. I'm Alex Dieterer. Police were called to Crawford Avenue off Dixie Highway late Friday night, and when officers arrived, they found a man wielding a knife threatening officers. Police say they made multiple attempts to get the man to drop the knife, including non-lethal options, but it did not work. Ultimately, 3 officers fired at the man, hitting him multiple times, but the man still kept officers at bay with the knife. Eventually, police were able to get the knife away from the man, who was then later transported to the hospital. Today, we did learn that the man succumbed to his injuries. LMPD's Public Integrity Unit is handling the investigation. LMPD is also investigating a deadly shooting right here from overnight in the Okolona neighborhood. Police responded to the shooting just before midnight on Dunwoody Court right off Preston Highway. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been fatally shot. Anyone with information is asked to call the anonymous tip line. That number is 574-LMPD. This is just the latest in what was a violent weekend across the metro. Seven separate shootings have 5 people dead and 5 others injured. The carnage began late Friday night with a shooting in the Taylorberry neighborhood. Throughout the rest of the night and into Saturday, the violence continued, including 4 people shot inside a club in the Southland Park neighborhood. Louisville's ABC is now issuing an emergency suspension of the club's ability to sell alcohol. Today, we spoke with Metro leaders about the violence.
Yesterday was a pretty sobering reminder of the work that we still have to do. And I just want to tell people, make sure that, in the area of public safety, make sure you're getting a mentor. Make sure that you're contacting the resources. Make sure you're calling those numbers. This violence has to stop.
This year alone, there have been 161 shootings, leaving behind 184 victims. 57 people have been killed. Young people are the most impacted. More than 56% of victims of shootings are between the ages of 18 and 34. The trial for the man charged in the Delphi, Indiana murders has been pushed back to this fall. Richard Allen is charged in connection to the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. His trial was supposed to start next week. During a critical hearing this week, his defense team said it would not be practical to start the trial in May. The defense team said it wants 15 days to present the case and would waive Allen's right to a speedy trial if not granted by the judge. The trial is now scheduled to run from October 14th through November 15th. Today, the city honored 2 streets in downtown with the names of Louisville heavyweight champions. The first claimed the title over 100 years ago, and the second crossed paths with Muhammad Ali, as our Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Aspen Hester discovered.
May these streets forever bear witness to the legacy of Marvin Hart and Greg Page, and may they serve as a reminder to all who's passed that within us lies a potential for greatness.
Greatness once witnessed by the greatest of all time.
When Greg sparred with Muhammad Ali, when he was a teenager, and Muhammad Ali kind of beat Greg up a little bit, I think he didn't want to be like Muhammad Ali no more. You know what I'm saying?
Though they crossed gloves, now they cross paths in Louisville history on Seguin and Muhammad Ali.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Every person who lives and comes through this city is a champion in their own right. And what Councilman Baker and I are wanting to do today is to create what we call Champions Row.
Champions Row begins at First and Muhammad Ali with Marvin Hart Way. He was the first of 4 heavyweight champions from Louisville, the most any city in the world has ever produced.
Hart won his world title in 1905. Page followed in 1984. Now, 15 years after his death, Page's boxing buddies still feel his presence.
Greg Page, I know you're looking down on us, and you finally got what you deserve.
In Louisville, Ian Hardwitt, WHAS11, on your side.
Well, you have a chance to own a piece of history while supporting a local organization. Down Syndrome of Louisville is raffling off the pants worn by winning Oaks and Derby jockey Brian Hernandez Jr., featuring their logo right there on his pants.
And he really wanted to do something for our members. They brought such joy to him that evening, and so he called and said that he would like to be able to put our logo on his pants that he was wearing in the Oaks. And of course we thought it was really exciting, but it's a historic Oaks and Derby anyway, and just would get us some notoriety. Had no idea what the weekend would bring, but it was pretty exciting.
Hernandez first reached out to the organization about wearing their logo after attending their Gallup Gala back in April. But no one could have imagined that Hernandez would then go on to be the winning jockey for both Oaks 150 and Derby 150.
We serve about 1,300 families in our region, and so many of them I know were jumping up and down in their living rooms or at the track, wherever they were. Many of them had winners on Derby Day too, because he was part of our family after wearing our logo, and so they bet again on Saturday, and he brought us all a winner.
For a chance to win the pants you see right here, you can buy a raffle ticket for $50. The winner will be announced on June 3rd at DSL's golf outing. All of the money raised from the raffle is going right back towards supporting Down Syndrome of Louisville's programs and the families that they serve. You can find a link to buy a raffle ticket on our website, WHAS11.com.